Welcome to my channel, Value Old Coins Today. Videos is one you won't miss. We're diving into the world of coins, so let's get it started. The 1999 P. Roosevelt dime is a small, yet important piece of modern American coinage, embodying decades of history, design tradition, and national symbolism. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, as indicated by the P mint mark, this coin is part of the long-running Roosevelt dime series, which began in 1946. The series was launched shortly after the death of President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who had guided the United States through the Great Depression and the bulk of World War II. His leadership and advocacy for the March of Dimes organization, fighting polio, made him a fitting subject for the 10-cent coin. The Roosevelt dime was also the first regular-issue U.S. coin designed entirely by a U.S. mint engraver, namely John Arsenault, whose initials JS appear at the base of Roosevelt's neck. On the obverse front of the 1999p dime is a left-facing portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, captured in a dignified and contemplative pose. Surrounding the portrait are the inscriptions Liberty, extending along the left rim, and In God We Trust, positioned horizontally beneath Roosevelt's chin. The year of issue, 1990, appears at the lower right, and just above it, close to the edge, is the P mint mark identifying the coin as struck in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Notably, Philadelphia had resumed using its P mint mark on dimes, starting in 1980. Before that, dimes from Philadelphia typically bore no mint mark at all. This tiny detail adds to the importance of identifying mint origins in modern coin collecting. The reverse back of the coin presents an elegant and symbolic design. A torch, olive branch, and oak branch form the central motif. The torch represents liberty and enlightenment, while the olive branch on the left symbolizes peace, and the oak branch on the right stands for strength and independence. These three elements encapsulate the core values of the American Republic. Surrounding this emblematic trio is the phrase United States of America along the top rim and one dime at the bottom, indicating the denomination. Just above the torch is the national motto, E pluribus unum, which translates to out of many, one, reflecting the unification of diverse states and peoples into one nation. From a technical standpoint, the 1999p dime is part of the modern clad composition era, in use since 1965 after the discontinuation of 90% silver coins. It is composed of outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core, resulting in a total weight of 2.27 grams. The coin has a diameter of 17.91 millimeters and a thickness of 1.35 millimeters, making it the smallest and lightest circulating coin in the U.S. monetary system. Its reeded edge, consisting of 118 tiny grooves, is both a functional and historical feature, originally intended to prevent people from shaving silver off coin edges in the days when coins had intrinsic metal value. The reeded edge remains today as a hallmark of design continuity and anti-dash counterfeiting. In terms of mint, the Philadelphia Mint produced a massive 1,402,130,000 Roosevelt dimes in 1999 alone, underscoring its role as a high-volume minting facility for circulation coinage. Because of this high mintage, the 1999p dime is not rare in general circulation. Most examples today are worth only their face value, 10 cents if circulated, showing wear on Roosevelt's cheekbones, hair, or torch details. However, in the world of coin collecting, condition matters immensely. Uncirculated specimens graded MS65 mint state and higher by professional services such as PCGS or NGC may fetch modest premiums, typically ranging from $1 to $5, while higher-grade specimens like MS67 or MS68 with full luster and strong strikes can be worth $25 to $50 or more, depending on rarity, eye appeal, and demand. A particularly sought-after subcategory in Roosevelt dime collecting is coins designated FB full bands. This refers to the horizontal lines or bands on the torch on the reverse. If these bands are fully separated and sharply struck, the coin may receive a full bands designation, increasing its desirability and market value among specialists. Achieving full bands is especially challenging in high-speed mass production, making such coins relatively scarce even in common-date years like 1999. Philadelphia strikes are sometimes weaker than their Denver counterparts, so 1999p full bands coins can be harder to find in top condition, while there are no major varieties or widely recognized errors associated with the 1999p Roosevelt dime. Some collectors have reported minor die chips, die cracks, off-center strikes, and other minting anomalies. These mint errors, if dramatic and eye-catching, can elevate a coin's value significantly among era coin collectors. For example, a dime struck off-center by 15 to 20% or more, or one missing a clad layer resulting in a copper-colored appearance, may be worth anywhere from $10 to several $100 depending on severity and eye appeal. From a historical perspective, the year 1999 was a transitional moment in both American culture and numismatics. It was the final year before the launch of the 50-state quarters program in 1999, which reshaped modern coin collecting by focusing attention on circulating commemorative designs. While the dime design remained static, other coins were evolving in their themes. In the broader social context, 1999 was part of the digital revolution era, with Americans anticipating the turn of the millennium, concerned about Y2K computer glitches, and moving rapidly toward a tech-driven society. Amid this change, coins like the Roosevelt dime continued quietly serving their utilitarian role in vending machines, toll booths, and daily commerce. The Roosevelt dime itself is emblematic of continuity in coinage and changed in design. For decades and instantly recognizable, though many modern Americans may overlook it in the shuffle of change. The dime honors a pivotal historical figure whose policies and leadership helped shape 20th century America. For numismatists, every Roosevelt dime offers an opportunity to explore variations in strike, luster, and condition, making even common-date coins like the 1999 P worthy of attention in complete date mint mark sets. In modern times, the 1999 P Roosevelt dime remains a cornerstone of everyday currency, but also a touchpoint for deeper numismatic exploration. Whether nestled in a child's coin jar, inserted in a collector's album, or preserved in a pristine plastic slab labeled MS68FB, it represents not only a denomination but a living tradition of American coinage. Its small size belies its significance, a bridge between a president's legacy, the evolution of minting technology, and the rhythm of daily life in the United States at the dawn of the 21st century. The 1986D Washington quarter is an American coinage, minted in Denver and bearing the distinctive D-Mint mark. This coin is part of the broader Washington Quarter series that began in 1932. Originally introduced to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, the 1986 D quarter retains the classic obverse design by John Flanagan, which features a left-facing bust of George Washington, modeled after Jean-Antoine Houdon's 18th-century sculpted likeness. The inscriptions on the obverse include liberty arching across the top, "In God We Trust" to Washington's left, the date 1986 at the bottom, and the D mint mark positioned to the right of the ribbon in Washington's hair, denoting that the coin was struck at the Denver Mint in Colorado. The reverse of the coin, which remained unchanged from 1932 until 1998, displays the heraldic eagle with outstretched wings designed by Flanagan as well. The eagle clutches a bundle of arrows in its talons, symbolizing America's readiness to defend itself, and rests atop an olive branch, which represents peace. Above the eagle's head is the Latin motto E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one, emphasizing unity in diversity. Encircling the top perimeter is the inscription United States of America, while the denomination $quarter is boldly stamped along the bottom. The edge of the coin is reeded, a traditional anti-counterfeiting feature dating back to early U.S. coinage. This reeded edge not only adds tactile distinction, but was originally designed to prevent the shaving of precious metals off the coin's surface, a vestige of its origin in the era of silver coinage. In terms of metal composition, the 1986 D quarter belongs to the clad era that began in 1965. It is composed of an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel bonded to a pure copper core. This replaced the 90% silver standard used in quarters prior to 1965. As a result, the total weight of the coin is approximately 5.67 grams, with a diameter of 24.26 millimeters and a thickness of 1.75 millimeters. The coin has a shiny, silvery appearance due to the copper-nickel outer layers, which resists corrosion and wear. Despite lacking intrinsic silver value, these coins are durable and have been used in daily commerce for decades. Of the 1986 D quarter was substantial, reflecting the vast demands of the U.S. economy in the mid-1980s. Approximately 504,298,000 quarters were struck at the Denver Mint, making this issue quite common in circulation. Due to its high production numbers, the coin is not considered rare, and most circulated examples hold only face value 25 cents. However, uncirculated examples, particularly those in mint state MS condition, can attract collector interest. For instance, specimens graded MS65 and above by coin grading services such as PCGS or NGC can command modest premiums, often ranging from $5 to $20 depending on luster, strike quality, and absence of blend. Coins graded MS67 or MS68, which are much rarer, can be valued significantly higher due to their near-perfect preservation and eye appeal. Collectors often seek out full-strike coins where all details, including the eagle's feathers and Washington's hairlines, are sharply defined. Moreover, certain die varieties or errors, such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, or clipped planchettes, can substantially increase a 1986 D quarter's value. Though no widely recognized major variety exists for this year, error coins do occasionally surface and are highly prized by specialists in numismatic errors. Therefore, it is important for collectors to inspect their coins closely under magnification or submit them to professional grading services for authentication. Culturally and historically, the 1986D Washington quarter represents a nation. In a period of relative peace and prosperity during Ronald Reagan's presidency, the economy was recovering from a recession earlier in the decade, and Americans experienced a renewed sense of national pride. The coins circulated alongside other iconic U.S. coins of the era, including Lincoln cents, Jefferson nickels, Roosevelt dimes, and Kennedy half dollars, all of which maintained classic mid-century designs that had remained largely unchanged for decades. In everyday use, the 1986D quarter would have purchased a candy bar, a gumball from a vending machine, or been part of a small stack used to pay for arcade games or telephone booth calls. For many Americans, these quarters still invoke nostalgia of pocket change in the age before digital wallets and card taps. In the numismatic community, coins from the 1980s, while often overlooked for their lack of silver, are increasingly gaining recognition among younger collectors and hobbyists who grew up using them. From a numismatic perspective, coins, like the 1986D quarter, serve as stepping stones into the broader world of coin collecting. They offer affordable entry points, often found in circulation or bulk lots, yet still carry historical and artistic value. Enthusiasts may collect them as part of a full Washington quarter set by date and mint mark, which spans from 1932 to 1998 in the classic design. Before transitioning to the state quarters program in 1999, these older designs represent a continuity in American coinage aesthetics, deeply rooted in early 20th century neoclassical traditions and idealized portraits of the nation's founders. In conclusion, the 1986D Washington quarter may be common in mintage, but it holds enduring value in the context of American coinage, history, and everyday memory. It continues the legacy of honoring George Washington, reflects the economic and cultural climate of 1980s America, and serves as a tangible, circulating piece of national heritage. Whether tucked away in an old piggy bank, displayed in a collector's album, or spent at a gas station, each of these coins carries a subtle but lasting story of American life, on an intersection of history, art, and economy pressed into a 24mm disc of copper and nickel.